Oh, always a splendid night here. You know, this bed, I always say this, but I've never had a comfier bed in my life. You know, as I said, I did get this thing from 3Z's, and occasionally I have a couple bad nightmares, like, of course, the other night when Bucky thankfully woke me up. And speaking of Bucky, I'm going to be joined by him today. Ooh, we can see the moon going down, and Bucky is down by the lake. Hello there, Bucky. And hello there to everybody inside of Lost Legacy. I don't know why I did that. That was fun. That was crazy. We're going to now go and eat breakfast, which is going to be a pork chop. I'm famous for loving my pork chops. I mean, could be something to do with me being a wolf, but you know. Nom 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 nom. Always tasty, and I will grab this one for Barnaby. I prefer doing this now because it just makes the bed symmetrical. It really annoys me having to go up there and it's just like a spare pork chop in there. So like, you've got too many pork chops in here. You're spoiled for choice, Barnaby. And today we're going to be going and finishing off the observatory, which Bucky has so nicely finished grabbing all the materials out and doing the interior of. But first, I know there's a lot of rituals and things in Lovely World, isn't there? Well, and in Lost Legacy too, for that matter. One of those things is going down to Love Garden and meeting Bucky, hello there Bucks, and seeing who we're going to be adding to it today. And that person, okay, are we on a new sign? I think we're over here, aren't we? It looks like we are. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Bucky. I sometimes do forget. Today we're going to be adding Gluey. Now that is for this picture that they sent through. And honestly, it's been cool. Well, they haven't really sent it through to me, but you know, it's the fact that they've sent it through, and of course, any fan art that people do for me or for any continuation is always appreciated, and it does look really, really cool. The art style that they've used, it looks almost like Stampy from I Wonder, actually, more than I look at it. So, genuinely, I want to say a very big thank you for sending that through and being a supporting fan of Stampy, and of course we are as well doing this. And welcome to the Love Garden. I love seeing your face there, but Bucky, I'm noticing something a bit ooh, a bit of mucky patches. I want to ask you a question, just because it feels a bit fitting, seeing as you're going mental about the moon. Have you been sleeping all right? Oh, okay. Have you been taking care of your hygiene recently because of that lack of sleep? Oh dear, oh dear. Well, you know, we did build you a bathroom, Bucky. I mean, to be fair, you have been designing this, like, build for the last, like, I don't know how long since all this started. So, you've probably been, like, you know, here, there, and everywhere trying to sort all this stuff out and not even focusing on yourself. You know, it's good to have balance in life between, of course, helping other people and taking care of yourself, because otherwise, well, you're going to end up in these predicaments where, well, you either put too much time in one area and not enough in the other. So hopefully you can get that sorted out. But this is the observatory that we built last time. Well, we also built the telescope, and we have a cookie copter over here, which Fizzy built. And honestly, this just looks really cool. Like, I put this in the thumbnail when we were taking it, because it just looks so cool. And if Bucky's in there, he's trying to take flight. Pilot 212, about to take off. It's fun. So yeah, we have the telescope up there, and we'll be looking out of that by the end of the episode. You shall have to wait and see what we have in store. Yes, we are going to be desecrating this chest today. I'm going to grab some nether hoard blocks, and Bucky is going to be working on the upper two floors. So what we managed to do is we kind of built like a little staircase. So I'll give like a preview for you guys who are, you know, semi-recreationists out there. So of course we can head up here, and Mr. Bucks is going to be working on this floor up here, which is quite small actually, to be honest. We're going to get this thing done in no time. And also up in this floor here, which is going to be where the chair is that will allow you to look out at the from the telescope at the moon. And honestly, I'm really excited to do that because, I mean, the moon is really small, right? However, the one thing about the moon that you have to take into accountability is, you know, it might be small when you look at it, but when you're on there, it's going to be absolutely mental, like in terms of size. So I think we're going to be lucky if we find the exact spot that Stampy was on in the moon, just because, of course, well, it's quite an oddly specific area. So don't get disappointed if we see or visit an area that isn't really what Stampy saw, because, of course, as I say, when you're actually down there on the moon, it's going to be a lot bigger. But looking at it, of course, like if you pinpoint a specific point on the moon, you're going to be off by a couple of miles. So realistically, we're never going to get it exact. Which is annoying because, sometimes we are also recreationists because we have done things in our time. And trust me, getting things exactly right does not sit well with me either. But we're going to have to cut some liberties here. And of course, well, we'll see how far we get with it in the long run. So, I've thankfully nearly finished these red netherwall blocks, and look at that reflection coming through there. I do love these shaders. Like, it's very much like the ray tracing we used when we were on Bedrock a little while back, and it just has that really cool vibe to it. So now we shall grab some materials, such as these quartz and some sandstone. Actually, I'm going to need quite a lot of that. Right, I'm actually debating, just so I don't waste materials, I might just fill these in, because we're going to run quite low on the pillar quartz pretty quickly. In fact, these ones I can't really kill. Actually, yeah, I can, because you're not going to see that. Yay, bonus! Because, yeah, I hate those, like, specific things where it's like you can see, like, blocks through leaves or something like that. It's like, or I feel like the corner of slabs, that sort of stuff when it's inconsistent really maddens me. So I try and make sure that, of course, when I'm building, what I am building is consistent to, of course, the standard of it, because we don't like to see any of these silly, pointless, like, things that don't really make sense, do we? Right then, so, and that is me referring to a certain someone's continuation that is currently uploading daily. Maybe I've said too much there. Alright, anyway, we are going to, I think I filled this in now, actually. No, I was one block short. Trust that I would be one block blimmin' short. That is very, very annoying. Right then, so I need some of these quartz. Yeah, there we go. So I need to, actually, I don't want to place you there, do I? Oh, I didn't fill this in fully, did I? No, I still miss a bit. So I wasn't one short, I was a couple short, but, we'll just ignore that. There we go, so one more there. Perfect. It's kind of hard to see. I should have probably got some torches, but we'll be fine, I think. If I do two here, and then of course just do the overall outline of this build. The staircase is going to make this a little bit more annoying, but I think it's still doable, definitely doable. 5 here. There's a few things that are going to be in here. So this is going to be a sort of sample room. We're going to have like a little bit of like a moon sample here, as well as we're going to have, I think it's going to have like a flag on it to represent, of course, when Stampy went to the moon. And not only that, we're going to have, what was it? We have like a desk in the middle, like kind of wrapping around. And from that desk, you can, of course, get all of the moon, like, kind of, like, stuff, like, of course, like, books and things. There's archives, if you will, I guess you could say. And so it's going to be quite, like, a fleshed out place, to be completely honest. It's going to be quite cool to see. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how you guys like this, because I think I might be the first person to really build an observatory in a lovely world. And obviously I know some people probably like had plans to do it over like long-term periods and stuff, but time just really gets ahead of yourself. Like I've been wanting to do this now since like I started the series. When I first found out that Stampy went to the moon, I was like, well, yo, that's gonna be fun. But time just gets ahead, and I was like, well, of course Bucky then of course sent me all that stuff about the screenshots and telling me that of course he was seeing things on the moon, which crazy rat, I can't lie. And I just decided it's either now or never. We do this, and I'm doing this not just for myself, which I think makes a big difference. Like sometimes it makes it easy when you're doing something for your friends, because you care about your friends. And even though Bucky's not taking the best care of himself recently, I do still care about this moon stuff that he's investing in, and I do hope that this turns out for the best. And that's why we're going to look through the telescope later, and we will see what happens. So yeah, I will fill out all this here. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Sorry, I've completely lost my train of thought. I think I was saying something along the lines of like, when you're doing things for other people, you feel more inclined to do it because you get invested in motorbike going past my house, crazy. You get invested in what other people are doing, especially your friends, because you care. And of course, not only that, it's either now or never. We investigate what's going on with this. Hopefully it's nothing that's going to threaten our existences, because I think with the target and all this chunk stuff going on, we've got enough of that going on. And as I said in the last episode, he seems to have taken some form of a break. And I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing with him, because sometimes when he stops, it comes back like 10 times worse with him. So you never know. It's quite precarious. I think I've nearly done these walls now, actually. If I can hop up here, that would be. There we go. Okay. I guess I could climb the staircase in a second and finish that bit off. Yeah, because it's only there. Right, so up here. Can I finish this? Yes, I should be able to. If I put this up here like this. Oh, the sun's going down. I need to really get some more progress done. Bucky, if you are like working up there, just because we need to see the telescope at night, I underestimated the scale of these walls to an extent, because oh my gosh, these are a lot more annoying because of the glass, and like you have to place them at the top like that. There we go. I think though I've only got this one like wall left, so with that in mind, I should be able to get this done pretty decently quickly now. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Here we go. So I think after this I'll probably do the lanterns, because that would be, thank you Bucky, that's very handy. I'll probably do the lanterns because of course it's night. In fact, I'll go to sleep. You do what you're doing in there, Bucks. I will of course give you a hand in a minute. And yeah, so the bottom floor. What was I saying? So I think the way it blends together with like the materials, like the red nether, you know, warts on the floor and just all that sort of stuff, I do think it really goes quite well with each other. So I need, oh yeah, there we go, spruce trapdoor and lanterns, and I need to see where these kind of go real quick. So they I think from what I'm seeing, I can kind of dot them around actually. In fact, I don't have to be too kind of accurate with my things here, because of course this is just a build. So if I put that there, yeah, I think I'll put them like that. Maybe I'll put one, actually I need to place blocks here and here, don't I? So that way we can have like a little archway. I will probably put one in that case here. Oh, is that too high? No, it's not. It's fine, actually. Nice. Then I'll do, hello there. Oh, hello there. I will do ones, of course, in the same kind of way I've done there before. You bang your head on that, but honestly, you can crouch. It's not that bad. And then I think I remember doing something like, oh yeah, there's just a lantern hanging down there because that's a double. There we go. That's nice. That does definitely help brighten up the area. Then I will grab out some of the stuff in here. So we have, what do we have in here that we need? A lot of stuff, such as stairs and slabs and these. Okay, these will be good for now. So we're going to do a little kind of counter area here. So for now, I think what I'm going to do is just place in as, okay, how does this actually go? Where does this start? So it looks like it starts as 2 here. I'm not going to really focus on getting this 2 right. I'm just going to mark it out actually. So it's going to go, I think it's 4 from there. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's 3. So 1, 2. Oh no, what am I doing? I think it's like that. Yeah. So yeah. So it's. Oh yeah, my bad. It is. So, I was looking at that from 2 different angles. I was like, is that right? Yeah, it is. So this goes 3. Then it's 1 down like that, and then back 2, and I think back 2, and then 1 like that. I'm gonna mark it out like that just so that way I know kind of where this is gonna go, and I can do certain blocks or certain things. So then this can be a stair. All right. Then this can be a slab. I should have brought like a netherite hoe or something with me so I can break these away easier, but it's fine. And this can be another stair here, like so. Then we have another slab, and kind of keep on going around that pattern. In fact, I'm going to have to place some temporary ones there, just so I can do that. Perfect. Then I guess here I can do a stair, like, where is it? There we go. Like that. Place you. Oh no, I did not want to place just a bookshelf there. Not yet, anyway. Thank you. I see you're doing them though, which is nice because of course they are going to be a nice little detail. I'm not too fussed about how they go specifically. I'm just, yeah, it's just going to be a nice little thing to have. Did I do a stair there? It doesn't really matter. I'll just do one here. I'll just do a slab here and then a slab on the other bit as well. Slab here and then slab here. There we go. It still looks a bit dark in it. Oh, wrong one. It still looks very dark. Actually, I put like the lanterns around. I don't know if it needs like something. I don't mind how it looks though. This is looking nice, and I see you've already got this done, which is really, really cool. And I've realised I've slept, so that's not going to make life any easier, is it? Because of course we've got to wait for sundown. So I think for now then, what I will do, I will look around how the progress is going up here. So, up here, this has already been done. Wow. We have the sort of planning board, which, yes. 1, land the rocket. Yeah, I see. Oh dear. Yeah, well, landing into launching into space even. That's going to be the semi-easy part. Landing on the moon, on the other hand, is going to be quite fun. So we have, of course, all these different kind of things here. So we have my set, which I'll put stuff in here for the ride. I'll put, of course, things in for anybody else who wants to come along. I might go by myself, just because, even though this is Bucky's delusion, I guess we'll call it. I do like your idea there. I might add some like slabs on top of that. Nah, I do see what you're going for, and we could do it here actually, like 2 or something like here. Yeah, okay. Actually, no, we'll do that one facing this way. That's better. So that way it's at least like in like this. I'll pop these on here. Just little kind of details. They do go a long way really, and they just help flesh out the place as well. So can't complain there. We'll put these 3 on like this, and then I'll check out the upstairs in a minute. Yeah, I think that's probably all we're gonna really be able to do for here at least, unless I'm kind of improving here just to pass time. I think the middle's gonna be like here. Yeah, it's here and like here. So I might put like not like that. I thought I had. I don't have the slabs, do I? No, and I wouldn't be able to really. I'm thinking like we could maybe Bucky do like a lantern like coming down from the ceiling in the middle. Like not anything like extravagant, just like a little kind of like. You'd have to put like an extra smooth quartz slab and then put the lantern on it. But yeah, that sort of thing would be kind of nice actually. Then we head up here, and this is the main attraction. This is, oh, I forget there's a fence gate there. This is the chair that's going to see you all. So of course, it's very much dead at the moment. So when I'm looking through that, it's you know, it's looking a bit more light out there than it is night at the moment. But one thing that I really do like about this, you can climb onto these, and you can just look over. The cookie cutter being down there looks so cool. So you could see the sun set. The telescope faces that way, so when the moon's setting, you can look at it. And you might think, well, it's kind of pointless to do it when the moon's setting because you only have a limited amount of time. The reason why I did it like that is because I should have showed you, but you can see it from the balcony in the position it's in, from my music tower balcony. So I thought it would be really cool to have it face that way, so that way I can look at it when I'm doing my little balcony glances, like you know, left to right, and it'll be nice. All right then, I think this is completion. That's crazy. Completed. Let's see how it's going down on the other floors, because I think Bucky is still profusely working away on general other kind of things. So, oh, we did do the moon chandelier. That's cool. Yeah, we do have this. I didn't actually know if we were going to include this, just because of like the spacing and stuff. But yeah, no, I don't actually mind it. It does look quite nice. So we will leave it to there. It's sort of like just a miniature of the moon actually as well. So that's nice. So, well, as you can see, it's currently daytime outside, and we need it to be night. So I'm gonna have to cut ahead into the video until it gets night, so we can look out at the telescope and see what Bucky is yapping on about, because this is it. This is what this entire build was for Bucky's, to prove Bucky's thing at least. So yeah, we'll head up here and cut ahead until it gets night. So yeah, I shall be back. Actually, let me go on the other side. That'd be cooler. Yes, I shall be back in just a moment. Alright then, so it has now become night. In fact, we're starting to get to a point where, don't push me off here, Bucky, because, you know, I'll be very cross with you. You can't really see it, but the moon is kind of above the telescope anyway. Like, it's not in line at the minute, but we're going to sit, by the time the moon is in line, we're going to obviously be okay to do this. Actually, the chair's over here. So I need to really kind of focus in on the moon in particular, because, of course, I need to kind of see what's going on in there, if Bucky's seeing anything. But look, yeah, I can see the moon. As you can see, the moon is, you know, just kind of hovering over. It looks like it's right up close in the telescope field, doesn't it? I could just pull it and take it out of the telescope. That's crazy. Alright, well, you know, that's not going to help us, because I'm still looking around it from this kind of freeview thing, and I don't really see what Bucky's on about. So, I think I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit on what he's saying. So, oh wow, okay, yeah, we're definitely in a different area to what Stampy has, of course, been to, this looks really weird. It's all grey and rocky compared to it. Wait a minute. Who is that over there? What's he doing? It's like, is he mining lunar cheese? Who is that? Like, it can't be, like, somebody else on the moon, surely. That's gonna, like, hopefully they're not there when I'm there, because, you know, that's the last thing I really need. Yeah, just mining cheese, and, okay, I guess he's walking off. How interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna pull out of this. What an interesting find. Alright, well, Bucky, I don't know how, but yes, there is definitely something on the moon. It was just a person, like this. I don't know, like the color was kind of like really weird. Like they weren't like me or you. They were, I don't know, they had this like kind of weird rectangular thing like in their face, kind of like the UFO, like not the UFO, kind of like the Lunar Friends actually. More I think about it, like sort of in that style skin. So with that being said, I think we're gonna have to go up to the moon next episode and investigate now, because honestly, I'm gonna be intrigued as to who this is, and if they're still there, which, you know, if they're still mining cheese or whatever they were doing, of course we can meet them, talk to them, see what they kind of do, and you know who they are. So I think that's gonna be it for this episode here. So I want to say a very big thank you to you, Bucky. I'm outside if you want to hop next to me and join me. Actually, I'll go inside where it's nice and warm with other lanterns. So a very big thank you to Mr. Buck for joining me in the video. I see your armor has changed colour, which is very, very fun. It's blue on my screen now, which is nice. And also a very big thank you to you guys for watching. And next video, we'll be going to the moon and hopefully seeing what's going on up there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!